There is something happening inside your head every single night that science still cannot fully explain. You do it 5 times before morning. You forget almost all of it. And it might be the most important thing your brain does to keep you sane. Tonight, within 90 minutes of closing your eyes, you will become someone else. You'll fall. You'll fly. You'll talk to people who died years ago in houses you haven't lived in for decades, and not one part of it will feel strange until you wake up. Now, here's the number that should stop you. You will spend roughly 6 years of your entire life dreaming. 6 full years living inside worlds that do not exist. And for thousands of years, no one could explain why. Stay with me, because by the end, understand something about your own mind that most people go their whole lives never knowing. For most of human history, we thought dreams were messages from the gods, from spirits, from the future. Entire civilizations built temples around dream interpretation. Kings sent armies to war based on something they saw while sleeping. Then science arrived, and it told us something almost insulting. Maybe dreams mean nothing at all. Maybe they're just noise, random electrical static from a brain firing in the dark. For decades, that was the leading theory. Your dreams were a screensaver. Pretty pointless, easy to ignore. But that explanation had a problem it could never solve. If dreams are just random noise, why do they repeat? Why do people across every culture, every continent, every century dream about the exact same things? Being chased, falling, losing your teeth, showing up somewhere completely unprepared. Random static doesn't repeat itself that precisely across the entire human species. So something else is going on. And when scientists finally looked closer, what they found was far stranger than noise. Here's what's actually happening inside your skull when you dream. Your brain is not resting, not even close. The deepest dreaming stage, called REM sleep, your brain is almost as active as when you're wide awake. In some regions, even more active. But one specific part goes dark, the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic, for judgment, the part that's supposed to tell you that people can't fly and that the dead don't come back for casual conversations. At night, that part switches off. That's why dreams feel so real while you're inside them. The voice that says, "Wait, this is impossible," has gone completely silent. And while logic sleeps, the emotional core of your brain, the amygdala, lights up like a storm. So, picture what you're left with. Raw emotion, vivid images, and absolutely no inner critic to question any of it. That is not a malfunction. That is a system, a deliberate one, built by evolution over millions of years, which raises the real question. Why would nature go to all this trouble? Why build a machine that fakes entire realities every single night? The answer is where this gets personal. One of the strongest modern theories is that dreaming is how your brain processes emotion. So think about everything you felt today. The small embarrassment you brushed off. The argument that never got finished. The thing someone said that you pretended didn't hurt. You didn't deal with most of it. You buried it and kept moving. Everybody does. But your brain does not forget those things. It just waits. And at night, during REM sleep, it pulls them all back up and runs them through something like overnight therapy. Here's the part researchers found astonishing. While your brain replays those emotional memories, it does it while the main stress chemical, noradrenaline, is almost completely switched off. So you get to feel the memory again, without the fear attached to it. It's as if your brain takes you into a safe room, hands you the painful moment, and lets you hold it without getting burned, softening the edges, filing it away so it hurts just a little less tomorrow. This is why we say sleep on it. It was never just a saying. Your brain is literally working through your pain while you dream. But emotional healing is only half of what's happening. Because dreams do something else, something that kept your ancestors alive. They rehearsed your soul. There's a theory called threat simulation, and it suggests your nightmares are not accidents. They're training. Think about your most common bad dreams: being chased, being attacked, falling, trapped, no, in danger. Now think about the people you descend from. For hundreds of thousands of years, those exact threats were real. Predator moving in the dark, a rival group. Cliff in the black of night. The humans whose brains rehearsed danger while they slept woke up faster, sharper, more ready to survive it. Their minds were running drills, practicing fear in a world with no real consequences, so that when the threat became real, they would already know what to do. And you inherited that wiring. Every bit of it. That's why, even now, safe in a locked room, on a soft bed, your brain still throws you into chase scenes and falling sensations. You are running survival software that was written long before cities, long before language, long before any of this existed. Your nightmares are an ancient gift you never asked for. But here is what almost no one realizes. Dreams are not only about fear, and not only about healing. They are also about who you are. Because when that logical part of your brain goes quiet, at night, something rare gets unlocked. Connection. Free from logic, your mind starts linking ideas that your waking brain keeps locked in separate boxes. The memory from childhood collides with something that happened yesterday. A forgotten face merges with a feeling that you can't even name. And this is exactly why some of history's greatest breakthroughs came from dreams. The structure of the atom, the melody behind world-famous songs, entire novels, even the design that made the sewing machine work. Their creators didn't force the answer while awake. They found it asleep. Because dreaming is the single most creative state your brain ever enters. It's the one time it's allowed to break its own rules. And once you understand that, something quietly shifts. The strange, the illogical, the sometimes embarrassing things you dream are not signs that something is wrong with you. They are signs your mind is doing exactly what it evolved to do. Processing what hurts you, rehearsing what scares you, connecting what inspires you. Every single night, without asking your permission, your brain takes the full chaos of being human and quietly tries to make sense of it. So, the next time you wake from a dream that made no sense at all, don't throw it away. That dream was your mind working for you in the dark, sorting your fears, healing your wounds, reaching for ideas you could never grab while awake. You don't dream because your brain is broken. You dream because your brain is trying to keep you whole. And maybe that is the most human thing about you. That, even in sleep, even in silence, even when you have finally stopped trying, some part of you never stops working to understand the world and to understand yourself. So tonight, when you close your eyes, remember that you're not shutting down. You're about to do the most mysterious thing a human being can do. Now, at least you'll know why.